It's day two of the Republican National Convention in Florida, and for delegates, it's a mix of the old and the new. John McCain, the party's presidential candidate in 2008, has already taken the stage, while Paul Ryan, the vice presidential nominee for this November's election, is due to deliver his call to arms later. US correspondent Craig McMurtrie is outside the convention centre in Tampa. So, Craig, it's a busy night there.
It is a busy night, Ros. John McCain, a bittersweet night for him. It's actually his birthday. He's 76. He joked as he walked in, got a warm reception, that he had hoped to be at this convention under different circumstances. But then he really led what has now become a full-throated attack on Barack Obama's foreign policy, accusing the president of not sharing the US values in his approach, really abdicating American leadership in world affairs, particularly attacking the president's policies toward Israel, Iran and Syria. Here's an example of what he had to say.
We can't afford to cause our friends and allies from Latin America to Europe to Asia to the Middle East, and especially in Israel, a nation under existential threat, to doubt America's leadership.
Well, Craig, the former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice under George W. Bush is speaking at the convention now. Let's hear a little of what she's saying.
And cement the turn toward entitlement and grievance. Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan will rebuild us at home, and they will help us lead abroad. They will provide an answer to the question, where does America stand? The challenge is real, and the times are hard. But America has met and overcome hard challenges before. Whenever you find yourself doubting us, just think about all those times that America made the impossible seem inevitable in retrospect. Our revolutionary founding against the greatest military power of the time, a civil war, brother against brother, hundreds of thousands dead on both sides, but we emerged a more perfect union. A second founding when impatient patriots were determined to overcome the birth defect of slavery and the scourge of segregation.
Condoleezza Rice there. So, Craig, Mitt Romney will, I guess, hope to build on the success of his wife's speech yesterday.
Yes, his wife's speech has been accepted and indeed praised in the press. Certainly the Republican faithful here loved it. In fact, it's actually raised the stakes for Mitt Romney. His acceptance speech is tomorrow. It's the culmination of this three-day event, and it's raised the bar in the sense that people are hoping he can loosen up a little bit, perhaps not be so reserved. That's probably a lot to hope for because he's working on the speech. He is by nature very reserved and buttoned down. The key thing for him is reaching undecided voters, trying to convince them that he is an authentic, genuine alternative to Barack Obama. A big night for him tomorrow.
And Craig, what about Paul Ryan, the vice presidential nominee? How does he compare with Sarah Palin, who of course made her famous hockey mom speech at this same occasion 4 years ago?
I know the contrast between the two is striking. She really electrified the convention 4 years ago. Sometimes we forget that she was a big deal for the McCain campaign for the first couple of weeks before her inexperience really came to light. Paul Ryan is kind of completely opposite. He's only 42, so he's young, but he is an experienced politician. He's been serving in Congress a long time, a budget hardliner, a darling of conservatives, a social conservative. He's expected to come out tonight and really attack the Obama administration's economic policy and promise a turnaround when accepting the nomination. He's certainly considered a much safer choice than Sarah Palin 4 years ago.
Craig, thank you.